Right?
I don't take long enough to get it down.
I'm glad that we're going to be meeting for about 6 sessions. We're having 6 classes this year. And so this one and 5 others. I want to make sure that we understand that in the beginning class, like this one, Jack and I are going to review some of the material that we covered last year. All right? Now, I want to quickly turn this over to Jack, but I want to help the process. So I want to go back to what we started with last year. Last year, we started with a preposterous idea, an impossible idea we started with, that we could somehow get past our humanness, connect ourselves to the divine, and make predictions about the future and be accurate. Sounds pretty far-fetched to me, right? We can do it. I know we can do it. The hard part's getting past our humanness and getting past the environment. So one of the best ways I found to do that is to go into a state of meditation. Now, we talked about this last year, that we would like to meditate before we go into the class so we can really optimize all parts of the class. All right? So let's do that right now. I'm going to give you a very quick meditation, and then we'll go into a more advanced one when I come back. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is you'll just close your eyes through the nostrils. And as you're letting it out, imagine that entire spiritual area, about 1 inch below the navel, is actually rising up all the way to your nose. So let's do that for a few moments. So breathe in deeply through the mouth. Let it out more slowly through the nose. Feel it deeply in both cases. Up and down, up and down, okay, in and out. I'll ask you now to clear your environment. Whatever methods you learned last year, that you've learned now, clear your environment as you're breathing in and out. And as you're clearing your environment, I'll ask you to imagine that you can say, thank you, thank you, thank you, coming from your spiritual center. Not from your brain, not from your heart, but from your spirit center. You're sending out your gratitude. Your gratitude that you're living in the finest country in the world. Your gratitude that you have, that you're on the correct side of the divine. The divine wants to help you, will help ease your life. You can turn your burdens over to the divine. Okay? And while we're saying thank you, let's also go into a state of joy that we can turn our burdens over to God. Now feel that from that spiritual center. If we're doing it properly, we should feel a little lighter, a little more relaxed. Okay. So concentrate on that. Now, as you're doing this, if at any point while Jack is talking, or I'm talking, and you go back to your brain with gratitude or your heart, then lower it back down, say your thank yous from that low spiritual area. If you can, I would ask you to also imagine if you could actually move your brain and your heart. Literally, in your mind, move it down to your spiritual area so that all 3 areas are in the same place. The moment I do that, I go into a much deeper state of relaxation. Just imagine that every part of you now is located in that spiritual center. If at any point you go back to the brain or heart, simply just reconnect back to the spiritual center. Go back into deep breathing, go back into your state of gratitude, stay in your concept of joy. Okay? As Jack is talking, send out your joy and your gratitude to whomever you want, yourselves included. Jack and I hope also anyone else who can use your prayers, your help, your guidance. And we'll do the same to you. Okay, Jack, do you want to take over? Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, now you can open your eyes now. So first of all, Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
May your new year be full of prosperity and fortune. Okay, so as we learn the new techniques. Now, as we start off this year, I want to make the first class to be a smooth start. Okay, so I'm not going to bombard you with some hardcore skills and all that. So I'm going to start with, like I ended last year with some mental or psychological aspect of trading. So I want to do that also tonight. Okay, so I want to start it off with easier part. All of you have a copy of the handout, right? Now, we all know that depending on your viewpoints and perspective, you may be looking at world in a different way. Now, I want to use the comic strip, some of pictures here, to illustrate that point. How many of you have seen those pictures before in your life? So you already know what you're looking at. Okay, a couple of you, 3, okay, and rest of you, okay, a few of you have seen that before. So if I ask you, you look at picture number 1, what do you see?
A girl with a hat,
A girl with a hat. All of you see that, right?
the back of her head.
A back of her head, okay. She's got a little, like some kind of headrest, okay. Besides that, what else do you see?
An old woman?
An old woman. So all of you see the old woman? Everyone see that, right? You don't see that. Okay. Okay. You don't see the old woman.
Now I do.
Now you do. Okay.
Is it just the things on her face?
Oh.
Okay, if you look at the young lady's ear, that becomes the old lady's eyes.
Oh, okay, I see, got it.
Okay?
Yes.
You see that?
Thank you.
Now, if you are so focused on the young lady, if you're fixated on it, you're not able to see the old lady. Okay? So now you can see it, right? So to illustrate a point, it's if you're so focused on something, you may not be able to see something else. Although it's there in front of you, you may miss it. Okay. What about picture number 2? What's picture number 2?
Upside down face.
Upside down face. Oh, you got it really?
Yes,
Very
now I'm
good.
getting the hang of it.
Wow, okay. All of you see that, right? You see an old lady. When you turn upside down, you see a young lady. Okay, very good, very good. Going along fine. What about number 3?
Einstein or people bathing.
Angels over a pool or something like that.
Angels, okay.
Ladies, 4 ladies.
So you see the picture of an old man, right?
Yes.
You see a picture of the old man. You see like 3
Cherubs.
3 or 4 ladies there.
3 ladies, right? They are bathing, right?
Yeah.
In a pond or some kind of water, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
So all of you see that, right?
Yes. 3 of them or 2 of them?
3. I see 3.
One under each eye and the nose.
Oh, the nose is a different one, okay.
Yeah, the nose is a different one. So you all see that, okay? So within a picture, there's another pictures within, okay. What about number 4? You see what? A young man, right? You see a young man with a thick head of hair.
Right.
What else do you see?
An old man.
An old man. Oh, some of you already spent time on it. You see the old man?
Oh, yeah.
No? No, yes? Okay, if you turn it upside down, what do you see?
Old man
Old
with a
man.
cap.
It's an old sailor. It's an old sailor. Okay. Okay. Okay, you all see that?
Got it.
You all see that? That's what they call optical illusion. Okay? Sometimes it's not that easy to see, but I picked the easier one for you guys to see. There are some tougher ones too. You have to look at it in an angle, or you have to focus on it for so long to be able to see it. So, what am I trying to illustrate? I'm trying to illustrate that appearances are deceptive. Sometimes you may be seeing something you may come up with a story about what you're seeing, but in reality, that may be something else. Depending on your belief, if you have been fixated on a picture, like that's a young lady, and you cannot see something else, then you're missing another picture, another story. Okay? Now, on my second bullet at the bottom is your bias creates a fixation of how you see the world around you. Okay? Our bias is what? Our bias is like you're wearing a colored eyeglasses. Once you wear the colored eyeglasses, you see everything through that lens. And when you wear a green color eyeglasses, you see the whole world green. Okay? So the question is, how do you undo your bias? And that's what Dr. Gary teaches us, right? Go down to what? Our spirit, right? Because our spirit do not lie to us. But our brain and heart sometimes is being conditioned. So, and it causes us to think certain way or believe in certain way. Okay? So again, connecting back to our spirit, you will be able to see the truth. Now, going back a little bit to the stock market now. Humans like structures. Okay? We understand limits, borders, and finite circumstances built on foundation of orders. Now, as human beings, we are trained to obey orders. Okay? When we were little, we trained, we got to get up to bed, wash our face, do whatever we need to do, and we're trained to what? Go when you see green, stop red. Okay? We like those orders because that's how we make sense. That's how we relate to the world around us. What if you're in a city where the order is where the rules are completely opposite? What if when you see green, you're supposed to stop? When you see red, you will go. What happened? What happened in your mind?
It's hard to adjust initially.
Hard to adjust, right? Hard to adjust. And when it's hard to adjust, it creates a conflict within yourself. Now imagine, we as human beings are structured beings. We are structured individuals. But when you go into stock market, is stock market logical?
No.
Stock market is what? Very emotional, right? Stock market is with a collection of all the humans' emotions in it. And as individuals, as humans, we like structure. We like to see things behave like what we expect to see. Green meaning go and red meaning stop. But stock markets don't behave that way. When it does not behave the way you like it, what happened to your mind?
Go crazy.
You go crazy, you like to pull your hair out. Why? I just bought this. I just buy so many stocks. I expect it to go up, but it didn't. Right? And you're trying to argue, you're trying to justify. As human beings, we try to justify. It's just like when we justify that, hey, when I see green, I go, but someone else do not. Someone else run the red light and hit you. What happened? You get mad and said, God, how dare you run the red light hit me? It's green. I got green. I got permission to go, but you didn't. Okay? So there's always conflict when you go into the stock market. Because humans, as structured individuals, like to deal with in a structured manner. But the stock market is not. Stock markets are what? It's an emotional world, all running all by itself. So going back to what we taught last year, what did I tell you guys about rules? We have to have rules, right? Remember I said, when you take a position, when you buy something, you have to have rules. I teach you about what? About, draw your stocks in a channel, understand where you need to buy. Do not chase when the stock goes up, okay? And then when you reach certain point, you want to take a profit and all that. Remember those rules?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you have rules, when you go into the market, when you have rules, the rules will get you out when the stock market is not behaving the way you expected. Okay? You don't have to make sense of the stock market. You just have to make money, right? You don't have to be right. You don't have to be right. Remember, you just need to make money. And the way to make money is that you have to have rules. When you have rules, when the position you have taken is not going with you, that will take you out. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
So when you take on a position, make sure you have your rules. If you don't have your rules, you may lose money. So how many of you trade last year? Either in your paper trading account or your real account. How many of you trade? Sherry did? Okay. The gentleman did? Okay. How did you guys do?
Well, my 2 trades, I did great paper trading,
Good?
but the issue for me has been just following the David Mitchell and my
Right.
webinars there,
Okay.
and there were many times no stocks were picked, so I
Okay.
really didn't
Okay.
do anything if we didn't pick the stock.
Okay.
And we only picked stock one time.
Okay. Okay. And you did 2 paper trade, right?
Yes,
How did those paper trade?
I made a profit on both of them.
That's good. That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. And you,
I'm
Jeff, so?
Oh, Josh.
Josh? Okay, Josh.
I mean, I'm still in those stocks.
Oh, okay.
One's done well, the other one's recently gone down.
Okay. So the stock you done well, did it reach your profit target?
I mean, I plan on holding on to it till I retire, so it's,
That's what
Like,
I
oh,
say, not
you're retired?
trading
that's
then,
not
yes.
good yet.
Okay.
It's investing.
No,
So-
in terms of trading, I know,
Okay.
actual trading, no.
Oh, okay, okay. So you take on a position on a very good stock and you expect to hold on it for a long time. Okay. Okay.
Investing,
Yeah. Investing versus trading.
correct.
Right, right. Okay.
As you taught us.
Right, yes. Okay, okay. Anyone else? Anyone else did anything last year? Or this year? I know there's only a couple
World market
weeks.
right now.
Okay, okay. So where do you think the market is going right now? Is it going up or going down?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Going to both.
It's the squirrel market right
Right.
now.
Right, yeah. Do you care if the market goes up or goes down or goes sideways?
If you're only playing up trades, you want it to go up.
Right.
If you know how to play down,
right,
we haven't
right,
done that yet,
right.
so.
Remember what I said about the stocks will behave 3 ways, right? Either it will go up, or go down, or go sideways, right? Right? It's simple enough. If you learn to trade, let's say you learn to trade options, there are different strategies that allow you to take advantage of those movement of the stocks. You guys remember, I think the end of my class last time, I showed you guys do the delta neutral trade, did I?
Yes, you
Do you
did.
guys remember that? I take on position of like buying call, buying put,
Yeah.
okay? I only lose money when the stocks don't move.
Right,
Remember that?
that's right.
How many of you remember the trade? That's a Bank of America, right? Bank of America, okay. I think in last week, Bank of America dropped a lot,
Yes, it did.
okay? And had you hold on to that trade, you'll be making a lot of money, okay? Because that's what we call a straddle, okay? Okay? But if Bank of America don't move, then I end up losing whatever my option premium. Okay, so you just have to know what strategy you are playing. Going back to what the pictures I showed earlier. Okay, you don't really, if you learn different strategies, you just need to understand what market are you trading. For short terms, you just need to make movement. Okay, sometimes on the uptrend trade, you just want to make sure the stock you're purchasing go up. You're doing a directional trade, what we call a directional trade. Directional trade meaning that it goes either up direction or what? Down direction. In non-directional, meaning sideways, meaning that the stock just don't move. Okay. This week, when I look at the S&P 500 index, which consists of the 500 largest stock in the stock market, okay, it's now trading below the 50-day moving average, but trading above 200-day moving average. What does it mean? What does it mean? Trading above, below. Okay, when it's trading below 50-day moving average, meaning that in the last 2 months, the whole index, whole stock market is been trading below, meaning that it's going down. But for the 200-day moving average, meaning that roughly about years of average, is still higher. Okay, so if it's even dropped below the 200 days moving average, that means the sentiment of the market is going down. It will go down. So what does it tell me? I mean, just the beginning of the year, by January, the market is going to be volatile. It's going to be volatile. I mean, it may go up pretty fast, and it's going to go down as fast. Okay, and it's going to go volatile. In a volatile market, what's the best strategy to you? I believe it will be the options. Okay. Remember, you can, if you know the direction, if you think you know the direction of the stock you're playing, you can play it when it goes up, and you can play it when it goes down. Remember what I teach you last time, right? If you think the stock is going up, I'm talking about option now, okay? Bear with me for a minute. You will want to buy what? Buy call, right? Call options, are you expecting the underlying stock will go up? I only need the stock to make a very small percentage movement, and my option premium is going to increase by a lot. Okay, last week I did a trade. I think the stock only moved by 1.5%, but the option that I put in, it was increased by 100%. Okay. But remember, option trading has its own risk too. Now you can gain 100%. You can also what? Lose, right? You can also lose as well. So probably later on, in a later class, I'm going to talk about money management, because money management is very important. Money management has to do with how much money you put into each trade, so that you are not losing your whole account in one trade. Okay, because you make some trade and you're going to lose some trade. But if your overall average is very good, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, let's say, you will still end up making money. Don't expect you're going to be successful in every trade. You just need to make sure that if you are losing, you cut your loss small, and you let your profit run long. Okay? So how do you do that? With trading rules. Okay, with trading rules. Okay? Any questions so far? We're okay? Okay, we're still in review, so if you don't understand something, please ask. Okay? Okay, my last bullet on the bottom of page 1, the market is based on emotion rather than logic. The market changes mind constantly. So again, what I said earlier was, don't try to make sense of the market. The market is full of emotions. When people are fear, the volatility of the market is going to gyrate up and down very high. When something happens quite fast. Roger was telling me before the class, somebody passed away, today or yesterday? Today, okay. One of the,
He's supposedly the 4th most powerful man in the world.
Okay.
One of the oil magnate guys over there in the
Okay.
Middle East.
Saudi Arabia.
Okay, Saudi Arabia, right?
Sorry.
He's supposed to own a lot of oil.
King Abdullah.
The king of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay, okay. But his son, I think it's
79-year-old son.
79-year-old son is gonna take over.
Yeah. He was
He said,
90.
finally, I can inherit the 79-year-old. Kind of reminds me of Prince Charles, right? When am I going to be a king, you know? Right. But, you know, there may be some change with the oil price, right? I mean, with the oil going down right now, right? I mean, I read the news somewhere. Goldman Sachs predicted in 3 months the oil, 1 barrel of oil is going to go down to like $41.
It's lower than that now, I think.
Oh, it may already been there?
It's already dropped.
Already dropped below that? Oh, I didn't pay attention, so, okay. But why am I still paying like $1.70 a gallon?
Greed.
Oh, okay, great, right? Okay, so you can even see there's a lot of change going on, right? And there's a lot of arguments about whether if the oil keeps dropping, what does that do to the economy? Good for the consumer, but is that good for overall? It may not be. So it really depends. Okay, if you turn to page 2, got a couple more graphics here. Okay, your viewpoints and perspective. Well, just like a little chicken here, okay? I mean, his agile said, oh, wow, paradigm shift. If you are inside the eggs, you just cannot see the world. But once you break out, you see a bigger world out there, right? And that's what Dr. Gary's been teaching us about, let your spirits rule. Okay. So what about the bottom part of another comic here? It starts on the left-hand side, right? About a guy making a phone call, probably a broker, saying that I have got a stock here that could really excel. And then second comment, someone overheard him say, really excel? And then the third guy said, excel? Then someone else passed along and say, sell, 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 sell. Okay. Then after all the panic selling, and then one guy, he said, this is madness. I can't take this anymore. Goodbye. So he called it a day. So next guy heard him say, goodbye? Bye? Then bye, 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 bye. Then all the buying frenzy goes back up again. Okay? That's really how the stock market works. Okay? It goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. So don't try to make sense of the market. Don't try to justify and don't try to understand why is my stock don't go up? Why is all that? There may not be any sense. Again, you don't have to make sense of what you're doing. Women, you just need to make money. I think women are better traders than men because why? Men likes to what? Justify being right. I got to be right. I take on this position because I know this. I study this. I want to be right. And I justify trying to be right. But women, on the other hand, say, so what? I make a mistake. I'm going to sell. I'm going to get in another position. I just want to make money. So women don't have to be right. They just say, I'm here to make money. I don't need to be right. So remember, you don't have to be right. You just need to make money. You can be wrong and still make money. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So anything else? Anything else? Gary asked me to give people 2 stocks to watch. The 2 stocks out of my screening are at the bottom of the page. Now what I ask you guys to do if you want to is, today's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday night. So you can make a prediction on each day about whether this 2 stock will go up or down. Okay, each day. So maybe tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, you'll make a prediction about whether this 2 stock will go up or down. Then at the end of the day tomorrow, then you can see whether your prediction is right or not. Then Monday you do the same. And Tuesday you do the same. Wednesday you do the same. And Thursday you do the same. And when you come in on Thursday, you will be here next week, okay? I'm gonna show you something about accuracy and predictions, okay? Actually, some of the top traders, they are using different ways to plan their trade, okay? There's 3 steps that the top traders do. One is their beliefs. The second is the mental state. And the third is the mental strategies, which I will go into later on. Remember your beliefs. You are not trading the market as they are. You're really trading your beliefs about the market. Just like when you're looking at the pictures, okay? If you are fixated on, you're only seeing a young lady, because you are so fixated on that point, and that focal point, you cannot see the old woman within the same picture. Okay? So your beliefs about the market is what is going to drive your behavior. Okay? So I ask you, to keep track of your scores, your prediction and your accuracy. Okay? Is that simple enough, right? So each day, in the beginning of the day, you make a prediction. And then at the end of the day, you score yourself. Am I right or am I wrong? So there's one column for prediction, another column for accuracy. Okay? Okay, I believe my portion is up. I just wanted to take it easy the first day. So this will be primary fun, and just a review of the concepts that I have presented to all of you last year.